What's up? It's me a little bit, but I ain't gotta tell you that because you already see that. It's me. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those that are new, hey, it's just say it's a little bit. And for those that are returning, I just said it's a little bit. So we get the picture. Not mind me laughing because that's just what I do. So if you're new to the channel, get used to me laughing and just busting out laughing because I'm just, I'm just that. You're going to see a bunch of personalities. I am a Gemini. So, oh, and I think Gemini season coming up too. Yup. And birthday week. Yup. Let me not brag too much about birthday week because this video already, about what it's about. So let me not brag too much because, but let's go ahead and get into the video. Cause I ain't gonna lie. When I wanna hear stuff, I don't wanna hear you doing all that talking. Like, girl, go ahead and say what you finna say, cause I wanna hear what you finna say. Like, what you gonna say. And if you ain't gonna say nothing, then don't even do it. So let me go ahead and say my little piece. So the title of the video, of course, I get asked this question a lot. I get this assumption a lot, and it is what it is. It'll never be what it ain't. But I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all have it. Alright, so am I using REDD? Alright, y'all. So like I say, for those who are new to the channel, who are new to me, who don't know me, I am in a relationship with REDD from Bad Girls Club. And Us Outsiders. Now known as Alyssa from Us Outsiders. Yeah. Anyways, fix my crown. Me and REDD met in jail. For those that know me, you guys know this. For those that don't, now you know. So yes, me and Alyssa met in jail. Before I even knew of Alyssa being who she was, just a little backstory. Because this is what, to me, this is what I would say would judge a character. Because I know me. I'm quick to be like, no, you using that girl. Or if I was using her, if I am using her, y'all go find out. Alright, so when I first saw REDD with my own two eyes, okay, I was sitting by myself. Mind y'all, I'm in jail, I'm scared. So I ain't want to talk to nobody. The first lady they tried to put me in the pod with, some of y'all know this story. For y'all that don't, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all because this is my channel. So y'all do have to know who I am. Alright, so I went to jail in 2014, January 9th. So when I got there, everything was like, okay, so in the intake area, everything was like, they was like, oh, you so little, I can't believe you here. What you doing here? They saw my charge. They was like, oh, just don't do that no more, because I started crying once I dressed out. Before I dressed out, they let me, I was like at the little counter thing, I wasn't like too much outside of the holding cell, but they was like, I'm little and I'm cute, so it's like so but when they actually made me lock down into that room and I had to change out and I saw myself in that jail suit, I was like, yeah, this ain't it. Like, this not it. I don't like this. This just not it. And I started crying. So by me starting crying, now they like, oh, it's gonna be okay. Just don't get in trouble no more. So now they done started transferring me to where I'm supposed to go with. Okay, I get in the cell with the first lady that they was gonna put me in the cell with. When they opened her door, they hadn't already told me what she was in for. So when they opened her door, well, I ain't gonna say they told me, I'm lying. They did not tell me. I read the paper. So when they opened her door and that lady looked at me, they was like, you got a bunkie. She was like, no, I don't. So me, I'm like, oh, okay. So they was like, Miss Such, I can't think of her name. They was like, Miss Such and Such, you have a roommate, make room on the top bed, move your stuff off the top bed so she can put her stuff out there, because she had a lot of stuff. Like, you could tell she had to make herself real comfortable in there. Like, that was her house. So that lady looked at me, that lady said, I just told you I don't have no roommate. And I was like, the lady is telling you she don't have a roommate. I don't understand why we even still standing here if she's telling you she doesn't have a roommate. Mind y'all, this lady was in there for, off of her husband. So, of course, I don't want to go in there with her. No. What you think she gonna do to me? She just told you she don't have a roommate, so why are you trying to force a roommate in there? No, ma'am. She don't have a roommate. No, I say no. I say, I'm not going in there. I do not feel like I'm going to be safe in there. So they put me in the room with this other girl. She was cool. She just talked about her baby dad a lot. And then when I got transferred over to where REDD was at, I didn't see REDD when I actually got transferred over how she said she saw me. I didn't see her. My first time seeing REDD, I was sitting down in the chair watching TV because, like I said, I was scared. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't want to talk. And you just hear this table, they having so much fun, and you just hear this loud person. So I just, look, but I don't want to make eye contact because I'm like, man, I done seen them jailhouse movies, and I don't make eye contact with nobody, and they feel like, they could just, so I'm looking, so like not to like be staring. I just get up and I go and try to use the phone, but I'm still like, like cutting my eye because they having so much fun at this table. Like when I tell you, they was having fun. So I'm like, how are they so happy in jail? Like this is jail and they're here happy. So I'm over there trying to use the phone. I got frustrated with using the phone. So I go sit back down. The older lady comes up to me and she's like, baby, are you cold? And I was cold. And I was like, she was like, are you cold? In my head, I'm like, if I tell her, yeah, she give me something, does that mean I got to do something in return? Like, how do I answer this? So I just went with my gut. I was like, yes, I am cold. Because I was cold. Like, it was freezing in there. I didn't have no socks. Like, my thing was short sleeve. Like, my pants was the only thing that was long. Everything else was short sleeve. Well, my shirt, of course, was short sleeve. That's all you had. And they didn't give me a bra. They gave me underwear, but no bra. So she gave me a pair of socks. I put the socks on. And then she came back over there. She was like, you sitting over here by yourself. Do you want to come sit at the table with us? So at first, I'm like, no. She was like, come sit over there at the table with us. You ain't got to sit over here by yourself. So I'm like, we are having fun over there. Okay, I'm going to go over there to the table. I'm going to go to the table. I get over there. We playing cards. REDD being herself. Like, it's just genuine. Like, so when it came to my turn to play, to deal the cards, I was like, I don't really want to deal. So they was like, why you don't want to deal? You play good. Like, I know you ever try to like leave the table or whatever. So I was like, no, I just don't want to deal. And they was like, why you don't want to deal? I say, because I don't have any deodorant and I don't want to like, deal. And I done been in here 2 days, no deodorant. So I don't want to, I was keeping my arms like this. Didn't want to. So they was like, girl, that's all you had to say. The girl, listen, well, REDD said something to the other girl that was in there. Her name was REDD as well. REDD said something to her. So the other REDD went in the room and got me some deodorant. And she was like, go right there inside the she got me a deodorant and a rag and some soap. She said, go right there, just wash up under your arms, and then, come back and so you can deal. I did that, and they gave me, it was real deodorant, because I wasn't using the jailhouse deodorant, because the girl had already told me that it'd burn your underarms. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So that's why I was musky. I was not using the jailhouse deodorant. So they did that, and I'm like, wow. So I want to say another 4 days go by. Everybody still, like, now they come nice to the point where it's like, at first, I was like, okay, so the first day that happened, I was like, all right, maybe that was just that day they was feeling it. It's not going to be like that tomorrow. Man, when I tell you the next day when I woke up, I was in the room and I was just drawing. And so next thing you know, I hear them say, little bit. I go to my door. They was like, you ain't coming out. I was like, y'all want me to come out with y'all? They was like, girl, yeah, come on, we finna play cards. I go down there, and from that day, it's like I just, I was just around them. So one day, I don't want to say like a week done passed. I'm still just around them. REDD come at me because she's flirting with me. So she like, well, first she wrote me a kite, and that's like a little letter. She was like, oh, I like you such, such, such. So then I was like, well, I wrote her back. I was like, well, I never did this before, da-da-da. And so then she wrote me back, and we was just writing each other. So I'm going to say, like I said, maybe a week and a half. Maybe a week and a half, because she didn't start writing me until maybe like the third or the fourth day with me sitting at the table. But she was always flirting with me. Always flirting with me. But I really wasn't catching it. But when I put everything together, I'm like, this girl been flirting with me. But I really wasn't catching it. Everybody else at the table was catching it, but me. So it's like, yes. All right, so one day we sitting and she decides to tell me after we writing each other, whatever, we comes out, we sitting down. She was like, guess what? I was like, what? She was like, I bet you won't guess what I do. I'm like, you host. Like, you a FAMU host, right? That's because that's how she used to say that she hosts shows at FAMU. So she was like, that's not all I do. I was like, well, what else you do? I'm thinking this girl finna try to talk like about stuff we're not supposed to talk about in there. I'm like, okay, girl, don't get yourself cased up. So she was like, girl, no, nothing like that. I'm like, oh, okay, so what you do? She was like, I was on TV. Well, she was like, I'm going to be on TV. I was like, girl, okay. I said, okay, all right. She was like, you think I'm playing? I'm like, yes. She was like, I'm going to be on Bad Girls Club. I said, oh, I know you're lying. You're lying because I watched that show faithfully. So I know you're lying. I said, I can even tell you the new cast that's coming on because I seen it at the end of the trailer of the reunion. So I know you lying. And I did see you on that cast. So I know you lying, ma'am. So she was like, no, I'm not. I said, okay, we're going to be on TV. Okay. So when she had the people to pull it up, everybody was like, yeah, she's telling the truth. She's not lying. So she had people pull it up. I'm like, wow, okay. I was like, I know somebody from Bad Girls Club. Like, wow. I used to dream about meeting girls from out that show, and now I actually know somebody from Bad Girls Club. So, but it didn't make me look at her like, you know, you on TV because they season still hadn't dropped yet. It was just the trailer. But when I saw the trailer for myself, I didn't remember seeing Red on the trailer. But when they showed it to me again, I'm like, oh, okay, that's you. You the voice. All right. So now I'm like, okay, let me not be too groupified. Well, let me not, how can I say it? Yeah, let me not be too groupified because I'm excited because this girl on TV. And then now it gets to where now I'm acting weird. And now it's like, okay, girl, you weren't even doing all this before. Like, I say, so let me just continue to be myself. And if she like me for me, she like me for me. If she don't, she don't. And then I'm also on some, you know, how Lissa was moving in jail, like how she was moving in jail. It was already like she had a lot of like people that liked her. So I'm like, okay, I'm not finna get into it with nobody. I only know her from being in here. Like, I don't know her from the outside. So let me not, you know, try to get myself too hyped up over this girl and then I'll really be what it is. All right, so I found out, well, Lissa did something to me and it made me mad, and I had told her, I was like, because she was, like I said, Lissa was very flirtatious and she was talking to a lot of people. So by you writing me, and I don't know that this is something that y'all doing here, it's like, okay, then you got people in the group saying that, oh, they finna be with you when you get out. So I'm like, okay, let me just separate myself from all of this because at the end of the day, I still got to go home I got a boyfriend. So I can't really be tied into all of this. And I got a boyfriend back at home. And it's, you know, it's just not going to work. So I had wrote this and I told us, I was like, you know, I'm cool with being your friend. We can be cool. I say, but you know, the little flirting notes is going to have to stop. I was like, because I have a boyfriend back at home. I want to fix that situation. And if it don't work out with him, then I'm good with that. I say, but I'm not finna come into a situation with you. And you already got all of this going on. And it's already too much. Like, I'm not doing that. People already sitting around as if everybody is friends when they really like you. And then they telling me that y'all, I'm like, yeah, it's just too much. So I had told her, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Do y'all know this girl came to my room with a spray bottle? I didn't know what that girl was finna do to me because, like I said, she was one of the trustees. She could clean the room. That girl had them people to ring my door because I didn't go downstairs. I ain't go downstairs for like 2 days because I just didn't want to be around it. I was like, it's too much. And then we in jail. Like, I watch movies. People get, you know, oh, cause stuff like this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Not in jail. I'm too little. So I ain't go down there for like 2 days. So the second day, Lissa came up there and she had them to ring my door talking about I need my room clean. I was like, no, I don't. And she was like, yes, you do. So she came in and she was like, oh, I really like you. You this, you that. Before you knew, you like one of the only people that before you knew I was on that show, you was genuine. You was this, you was that. So it's like the way she was talking to me, I'm like, okay, but you still have a lot going on, and I don't want to get involved. Oh, I got you. I'm used to people saying that they got me, and they really don't have me. So that was also something I was also battling too, because it's like, yeah, you can say you got me, but I don't know you. I don't know if you really gonna have me. So it's like I don't know if, like, yeah. So she was like, oh, I got you. Da da this. Don't sit here and sit up in this room because you feel like ain't nobody go mess with you. I got you. Da da da. So I was like, okay. She was like, you showing people that you upset. Now, when she said I was showing people that I was upset, okay, I'm going to come downstairs now because one thing about it, girl, your girls is not finna, you, homo by you, girl. I was just trying to, remove myself so it wouldn't be a problem. But I'm here. Because you better not put your hands on me. You put your hands on me, you gonna be doing more time in here because I didn't say nothing to you. I don't do nothing to you. But move. Baby, I wasn't moved by you. I was moved by the person that I was talking to. That's who moved me in a different direction. It wasn't you. Okay? Anyways, I had to pick up my hot Cheetos for that. I had a flashback. Anyway, so after all that happened, and I don't know about, well, I ain't gonna say I don't know about y'all, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all never ever been into a situation like that, as in being in jail. But yeah, like, I saw her as like being like this genuine person, because she didn't know me, Red didn't know me, and for her and that whole table, for them to just bring me in like that and do it how they did it, that it just stood out to me. So when I ended up, I had so much fun at that table with them, y'all. I didn't even call my public defender to see what my case was doing. Like, I wasn't even entertained. I wasn't no part of that. So one day they called my name out and I'm like, what the world? So Lisa was like, well, they probably finna, that's probably your public defender come see you. So I go up there and they tell me the day I get out of jail. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was like, I think it was like a week later from the date that I went up there. So I go down there, I tell Red, I'm like, oh my God, look what date. Nobody at the table knew when Red got out of jail. Nobody, not even me. She would not tell nobody when she got released. So when I show her my date that I get released in the time, like later on, she pulled me to the side and she was like, I think this is a sign. She was like, I don't know what type of sign this is, but I think this is a sign. I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, I get out on such and such. So I'm like, huh? I said, that's the day after me. She was like, that's 4 hours after you. I said, how? I said, if I get out at 8, that means you go get out at 8. She was like, no, that's not how it works. She was like, you get out on this date because that's the latest that they can hold you on that date. She was like, I get out at 12 because that's my actual release date. So I'm like, oh, she was like, yeah, so I get out 4 hours after. She was like, I don't know what type of sign this is, but she was like, I'm keeping your ass near me. We get out, a situation happened between, like, I want to say 2 days after we get out, 2 or 3 days after we get out. Red was, of course, being a hoe, and it wasn't even with her girlfriend. Like, she was Red had me thinking of so into it 2 days. And the whole time, this girl is just, I ain't gonna tell y'all. She was just around the city. Anyways, I want to say like 3 days after she had got out, a phone call came to her phone. Something major happened between her and her girlfriend, to the point, Red was like on some, I don't want to be with her no more. I'm finna be with you. And that was the sign right there when we was in jail. I knew that was a sign. I knew it. But Red was really in love with her girlfriend. Like, really in love with her girlfriend. Like, she used to always tell me. And I used to always be like, girl, I don't want to replace her. Like, she used to, like, okay, girl, we get it. Because they had the same initials. So she was like, oh, yeah, this my, okay. Like, the girl used to write her, she's like, I got mail, y'all don't. Okay, girl. Like, you ain't making nobody jealous. That girl been there before all us. How we gonna get mad? But yeah, like, so that happened, and whatever happened between them, it led to something big. And Liz was always like, you know, she just wanted me by her side. Like, she always wanted me by her side. And I was like, okay, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm cool. Like, I know who you are. So it's like, even though you are on Bad Girls Club or whatever it is, I don't even care. Yeah, I didn't even care so much that she was on Bad Girls Club. I didn't even watch a season. I didn't even watch no more seasons after Meet and Red. I watched no more seasons of Bad Girls Club. Season 11 was the last season of BGC that I watched. After that, I can't. And honestly, being around Lissa, it was so much fun. And it's like it was literally so much fun. But one thing I can say that a lot of people don't know, and this is what you need to know. No matter what, I always kept a job. I always had a job. When times got hard, that was me. When Lissa was going through her little depression moment where she ain't want to work, she ain't want to do this because she felt like the world just was against her. She was this bully and all this. That was me. I kept her afloat. So all that with, am I using REDD? How can I use somebody that I know help me and I help them? How can I use you? What can I use you for? I know you. When nobody else will speak up to you, I spoke up to you. So how I'm using you? How can I use her? Even right now to this day, you got people that'll do whatever REDD tell them to do. She can talk to them any type of way, do whatever she want to do. Not me. And when we got a problem, I'm going to check it right then and there. I'm not finna wait. What I'm waiting for? I'm going to wait till now I'm in a happy mood and don't want to bring it up. No, it's going to get checked right then and there. It's going to get, that's how we doing that. Using you for what? For what? I don't do that. I ain't ever use nobody. And the main reason why I don't use people, because I done seen the results of using a person. Like, I done seen that. I'm not trying to experience that. I don't want nothing bad coming back on me. And I was raised on that. Using people will get you used. I'm telling you. What you do to people, my people was always very strict on that. What you do to people, even though that all of them didn't take their advice, they made sure, well, I ain't gonna say they made sure. I was just one of them children, when you said something and it was a lesson, I listened. I'm listening. I probably ain't, do what you say to do. I'm listening to what you say, and I probably go test the waters to see if what you said was true. And once I test the waters, okay, that is true. I'm a back up off that. That's how I am. And that's how, that's how I was as a child too. So it's like, it's true. It don't take nothing to see that it's true. So it's like, I'm not gonna come into this situation trying to use nobody. And I'm not gonna say this is why I kept a job. It was always in me to work. I always wanted to work. That was just me. I worked. I had 2 jobs, and Lissa was going from city to city, and I was back at home working. And then I'm under the age of 18 as well. So it's like, under the age of 21. So it's like, at that time, you had to be 21 to get into a lot of the places that she was going. And sometimes she wouldn't even take the booking if I couldn't go. So it was like don't stop your money for me. Keep going. I got to work anyway. So a lot of times, the situation did used to go like that as well. But it's like, using her, I can't use Lissa. I can't use Lissa. But can Lissa use me? Yes. She tells me she's using me all the time. She's using me because she need to get stuff in her name. She tells me she uses me. She tells me she's using me for my credit. She tells me she's using me for my hair. Y'all really should be over there asking her why she's using me. Okay? She using me. I'm not using her. But I'm about to start using her. But since she want to use me, I am finna. Yes, I'm using REDD. Yup. I'm sure Liz. Yup. Since she using me, I'm using REDD. Now what for? I gotta figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out though, and I'm gonna let y'all know. Yup, I'm using REDD. I'm sure Liz like, using me for my good hair, fix my crown, my curls, telling me, oh, you know how to draw. Be telling people she drawing my stuff. Listen, hi, you ain't even help with a color. You ain't even helped with a line. And if you tell her to draw, she gonna scribble. That's her drawing. But I'm using her. Chill. But anyways, y'all, there go y'all answer. So if y'all still get that I'm using red, I don't know what else to tell you at this point. Because that just means you just want to pick at me at this point when it comes to that. You just want to pick at me when it comes to that, because she clearly tells y'all she using me. So for y'all to really say that I be using her, it's kind of like, wow, she's telling you what she's doing to me, and you're going to say I'm doing it to her. What the? All right, you guys. Leave your comments down below. I love you. Until next time. Deuces.